The following podcast contains adult themes and adult language. Listener discretion advised.
And although we joke, if you or someone you know is affected by or a victim of domestic violence, dial 1-800-799-7233 or visit the National Domestic Violence Hotline's website, thehotline.org.
But it's always the husband, it's always the husband, it's always the husband, I'm gonna kill you dead.
Hi, this is Sarah.
And this is Megan.
And you're listening to It's Always the Husband podcast.
Welcome.
Thank you for listening and joining us on this, our second try, because I didn't set up the computer after I updated it the first time.
But
I'm glad I checked because it looked odd and I stopped and now we started again.
Thank God we didn't just keep going.
I know,
and
it
record
wouldn't have been
nothing.
anything.
Can you imagine?
I know.
We would have both just thrown ourselves
right in front of the bus. Right in front of the 188.
Yep. In front of the 188, the London 188.
Yeah.
This is a true crime podcast. And it's also funny sometimes. So welcome. If you like it, keep listening.
If you like it, great.
Share.
Give us a rating and review too and spread the word. It would help us immensely. Thank you.
It sure would.
So much. You were talking before about your
my
beard
chin hair. Yeah. So menopause is just kicking my ass again.
It is, yeah.
I kind of was feeling a little better, with all my other ailments. But now I'm feeling like really menopausy again. Like
me too.
Fat.
I feel
bloated,
very fat, bloated, and crabby as all hell.
Tired. Like just low motivation to do really much of anything. I just want to go to bed. And then on the way over, the sun was shining,
sun is our enemy.
Yeah.
Only light, candle, or
right,
none.
Right. And it's very gray in the northern areas where we live in Minnesota. And so it hasn't been real sunny for a while. And so I could just clearly see about 3 offensive chin hairs. And I wanted to pluck them, but I didn't have a
So we need to have
tweezer.
Now car tweezers.
I need a car
from
tweezers.
my mustache and your beard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why?
Yeah, you had one.
I had a terrible mustache in London because I forgot to wax my mustache.
Uh-huh.
I did bring a tweezers and got some of my mustache out.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's a heavy job because I have like a full handlebar.
All the way up it goes?
I feel like I can really grow it out and twist it into a nice handlebar.
Mine is just like a little, like, what do you call, like a biker,
a Fu Manchu
yeah,
thing?
Yeah, just on my chin. Just right there. I could braid the 3 strands.
I know. We'll be Santa Claus by the end of the year.
Yeah. One of the strands is black and it's whiskery. Like I
you
feel
don't have black
it's
hair.
Scratchy. No, but then the other ones are long and wispy and blonde.
Yeah, then you're done for.
So, fuck. Anyway, I've seen it now and I can't.
Talk about dogs in the dog kennel.
I mean, it's
just throw some kibble at us and be on your way. God.
I know. I'm only drinking water too. I'm not even boozing it.
I need a drink though.
Booze doesn't make me feel good either. It's
because we're so bloated.
God. Anyway,
you want to listen to 2 bloated hip pigs talk? You're in the right place.
Do you want to be friends with us? Speaking of friends, it was Nut Bar's birthday yesterday.
I said that was my glitter in the shitter, celebrating with Nut Bar because she has the same birthday as my daughter, and my daughter was taken away from me by the government. So I can't celebrate with her. No, my daughter is 25 and she is in Arizona in the sun for her birthday, so I couldn't see her. So it was nice to see Nutty, who celebrates
the same day,
and to go out with some friends and just laugh and pretend you're normal for a few minutes.
Sarah is no fucking joke about her no food, just booze.
I had no food, just booze.
2026
breakfast. I like that idea.
Because
I did that. No food, just I had some of your hash browns.
Yeah, we went for brunch.
Fries.
And Sarah was like, I don't want food.
I had just had breakfast here. That's why, though.
Well, but you knew you were going to brunch, so did you do that because
I was just
you're cheap?
Partially, yes. Yeah, and I just thought I just wanted to be able to have extra coating for the mimosas. But then I really wasn't that hungry. So
yeah,
I thought if I ate double, I wouldn't be as brunched.
Oh, I was pretty brunched.
Yeah.
By the end.
Yeah.
I mean, they kicked us out and they were like, we're done making bottomless mimosas.
Yeah. You've drank everything in here.
We literally have none left and we just still wanted to keep going.
Well, we were customers and we paid. So they can take a big hydraulic suck on our nuts. Okay.
Yeah. Take that. Happy birthday, Cassie and Rachel. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but it was lovely. So that was a nice part of the weekend.
Yep. That was fun. That was your glitter?
Yeah, sure.
My glitter was on Sunday. My mom and dad took Nut Bar. And
I'm excited to hear about it.
My baby sister, who's 40 something, and then all of our girls except Sadie because she's in Worcester.
She's askew.
She's in Worcester. But we went to Suffs, the traveling Broadway Suffs at the Orpheum Theater.
Was it good?
It was fucking amazing.
Oh, I'm so glad.
I kept crying.
Oh, of course.
I know, but I feel like you would have too.
Yeah.
It just
hit you hard.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad it's good. No, it looks wonderful. I'm totally interested. How long is its run?
It's already over.
Of course.
In Minneapolis.
Yeah.
But it is going to be on PBS. My dad found it. On May 8th, they're doing you know how they have great performances?
Yes. That would be fun.
Suffs is going to be the great performance.
Oh.
They taped it on Broadway and they're going to air it. And so, yeah, we definitely have to watch it. It is just a fucking maddening
I can
account
imagine.
of what we go through and what we didn't have to go through to even get to where we are now and still go through what we go through.
Exactly.
You know?
I know.
But I loved it. So
I'm
if
so
it's
glad.
coming to your town, go see it.
That's good. I mean, my God. And more women too need to remember what other women went through before us. And it was 1974 when we could finally get a fucking even checkbook. Get a loan for our own home.
And the ERA actually didn't even pass.
No, it didn't because of a cunt. And all that fucking work that Billie Jean King
people think
did.
That we don't need it, but I just found an alarming clip and I put it on my Facebook or my Instagram story of, men with podcasts and
those bro podcasts,
men in power.
I want to take their balls and put clothespins on them.
Pastors in churches, just degrading women.
Well, first of all, they don't like women because they like penis. And they don't like that they like penis. And so they hate themselves and they hate women for not having dicks so they can be straight. And so they hate it all. And so they make these idiotic statements that make them just look like absolute fucking fools.
Offensive and vile and full of hate.
And I hate them, so I'll hate back.
Hate women. And
yes, because again, they don't like puss.
We are a threat to them because we're smart and articulate and we actually can do it all. We can have a fucking family.
Well, we've had to do it all.
And a job and
Men do the A of all. Mm-hmm. Maybe. We do all of all.
Yeah. So anyway, watch it. It's good.
Okay.
We also have a Facebook group. It's called It's Always the Husband Podcast Facebook group. You can join it and we'll let you in, and then you will see very offensive
things. So speaking of offensive things.
Posts. So every week we pick one that we like. Sarah.
I saw Drew's, my friend Drew, who I share a second podcast with called These Are the Gays of Our Lives. You'll all enjoy him greatly. But Drew put, which you enjoyed as well.
This was my favorite too.
I just laughed because I thought I'm going to use this on Megan, but then I realized it was in our group and then it was Drew. So I couldn't use it on her because I knew she would see it. But it's so good. It says, you grew up on a farm, and it's that housewife. Which one is it that's screaming at the cat?
That screams at the cat, yeah.
She's like, you grew up on a farm, and the cat goes, yeah, Boone's farm. Or I grew up on a farm. She says, I grew up on a farm. Like you say, I grew up on a farm. Yes. And then I could have said, yeah, Boone's farm. And it would work every time. Every time it would work. So I laughed so hard.
Did grow up on a farm, and I did drink
you did grow
Boone's
up
farm.
on Boone's farm too.
So I said, that's me twice, Drew.
Yeah.
That's me.
I did twice. Like that Kristen Osgood put this meme of the People's Court, which I enjoyed watching way back when. And any mention of Doug Llewellyn to me is a win.
Yeah.
Doug Llewellyn is the asshole who would stand outside, the fake reporter that would interview these weird fuckers that would go on the People's Court and be suing their neighbor over idiot things.
Yeah.
And I remember there was a Mama's Family where Mama used Naomi's vacuum. I don't know why Naomi would have had a vacuum. Or no, Naomi was using Mama's vacuum or something. And
Did
the
Naomi
vacuum
live with
Yes.
Mama?
But the vacuum ruined a rug, and one was suing the other.
Oh,
and one was blaming the vacuum and one was blaming the rug or whatever. And they were on the People's Court. Doug Llewellyn, like idiot things like that. Like if you're you would embarrass yourself.
Yeah.
And it said nothing's better than being on the People's Court and then having Doug Llewellyn treat you like you're a stupid piece of shit on your way out. Because it's so true. Oh, I mean,
it is true.
Yeah. God. Just
Thanks.
Doug Llewellyn. You had a rough job.
And he would say, did you agree with Judge Wapner's
opinion? No, I didn't,
No,
Doug.
I
didn't.
Whatever.
I think Judge Wapner's an asshole. He ruled in favor of my neighbor.
Oh my God.
Oh, I didn't show my wang on purpose.
No, I was just taking a
accidental.
shower. Taking a shower.
Yes, I was taking a shower on my deck like I have to. I don't fit into my shower.
It's true.
Yeah. So those were good.
They were good.
So we actually do a crime show too, I guess.
Oh, we do?
At some point. And so we're going to do that now. And what we do is we watch some very good and well done crime shows.
Yes.
With great production values and great interviewers. And then sometimes we watch shows like Behind Mansion Walls that has Christopher.
This would be the opposite.
Yes.
Yeah.
Their production values are, they try a little bit. They try a little bit more than, say, the FBI Files.
What was the one we did last week?
That one is terrible.
Yeah, terrible.
They didn't try in the slightest. So that was one with the pervert pedophile.
The pervert,
where the TV from the 84 was a flat inch.
Yes.
Or was flat screen TV from 26.
Yep.
They didn't even at all attempt.
No.
So we watched Behind Mansion Walls season 2, episode 3. It's the first story because they have 2 stories. You get to see double Christopher, and Christopher is this is a British show, maybe because Christopher's British, or is he just a host on it that happens to be British?
The story was in America.
Yeah,
though.
and then
He's
sometimes they have British ones, and sometimes they have American. So I don't know.
Where is it from?
Well, I don't know.
Okay.
But Christopher is certainly British. And Christopher certainly does not like Puss.
No.
I think if he saw
bow ties and mismatched outfits,
he might be terribly offended at the unsightliness.
Yeah, I think he would.
So this one was called Sex, Money, Death, which, goodness, wow, it's terrible. All right, so we're going to go and see this latest piece of shit here, and we're traveling
what
to...
was the money?
Okay, I don't know. The other one could have been money.
Okay. Oh, maybe. Okay.
Because it's 2 episodes that were called Sex, Money, Death.
Okay.
Saturday, it's September 3rd. I forget the year. But it was not too long ago, was it? Or was it?
Up. No, 20 it wasn't.
Something.
It's probably still in my browser.
So we're going to Oakland, California, and we have a friend, Ellen, who's supposed to be going out with her best friend, Nina. They were supposed to meet for dinner, but Nina is not responding to her calls because Ellen is calling her because Nina never showed up. And that is not like Nina at all. Nina would go out to dinner always with her friends. And
Nina answers.
Nina
when
answers.
She's called.
And Nina is responsible. Nina keeps her dates, but Nina is just completely a no-show. And Ellen is calling and calling and calling and calling and calling. And Nina is actually Nina Reiser, and she's actually a doctor. And she is from Russia, St. Petersburg, Russia. She became a doctor in Russia, but now she lives in Oakland, California with her husband, and she has 2 kids. She at this point is 31. Her husband, Hans Reiser, who is from California, I believe, is 41.
Yes.
So
he was born in Oakland.
Yes. Nina cannot be found by any of her friends. They're starting to wonder, well, where could she be? Because she's not at where she lives. She's not answering her phone. She's not with any of her other friends. She's at this point missing. But what we know is Nina is separated from Hans.
Yes.
The last time that we know Nina's whereabouts is she and Hans are separated, not quite divorced, but they are sharing custody at the point of their children. You know, like every other weekend and through the week. Nina is stopping at the supermarket in Berkeley, California, buying food, you know, for your fucking kids to eat, where you have to spend $7 on the cereal that's gone by the time you even put all the groceries away. And she goes to Hans's house and drops her children off, and like to drop her children off. So she has like the oldest was the oldest 7-year-old Rory.
He was.
And then there's a little girl, and I don't know I didn't write down her name, and I'm sure they did tell us. But Rory is important because just kind of the last time he ever saw his mom was, he said, walking up the stairs of Hans's backyard. And that Nina had not been seen since her visit to Hans, her separated husband.
Right.
Well, whatever could have happened.
It's very
could have happened.
Very troubling. It was 2006.
Okay, so it was 20 years ago. Fudge.
Yeah.
So Hans, of course, is a computer programmer. So that he gets ripped.
So Hans is a problem.
Oh, huh.
Oh, huh. Yeah. And he's been a problem. I found in other
outside information
that he dropped out of school when he was like 13 or 15 or something. Because he was so smart. He was 13. He dropped out of junior high because he did not like the way school worked, right? Like when you're really smart, I'm sure it's very frustrating, right? And he was also bullied and ridiculed by his friends.
I believe it.
I would say hearing about him and reading this, he's somewhere on the autism spectrum.
Yes.
Wouldn't you 100%?
I think he is definitely like agree.
probably not diagnosed. I don't
Who
know.
knows
They
back
never
then?
said that
Yeah.
he was, but he was.
He sounds like it absolutely 1,000% in the description of him in this
And he went to
episode.
college at Berkeley when he was 15.
Holy shit. Then, of course, you know. And he starts his own business.
Yes.
He develops a filing system for a computer, which you have to be very smart to do this. He called it the Reiser FS.
Okay.
What does FS stand for? Filing system? Come on. Reiser filing system? Come on. He is described by the people in the show, not by me, although I agree,
Okay.
as a computer nerd, a geek, and a weirdo. He's a nerd geek weirdo. So
Now I feel like we know better. This doesn't excuse anything, but
but he still could be a nerd and a geek, and he had odd behaviors probably at this time in school. So 1999, his business is booming, but they described socially he's extraordinarily awkward. He didn't know how to talk to people. He knows how to talk to computers. Well, that kind of can come sometimes with certain things.
Yeah.
So he goes to Russia a lot. I guess he has work there. But what he would do is also rent or buy catalog girls for dates.
He would buy a date when he
would
was
have
there.
to, and I'm assuming he needed to buy a date.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he would know what to say to a girl in person.
No.
And when you go to college when you're 15, you don't even have a chance because you can't socialize normally with girls there. They're not going to hang out with a 15-year-old, you know, so we never really got to socialize normally either.
No.
So Hans needs a translator because he can't even communicate anyway with his hired dates.
Can you imagine going on a date with a translator?
No.
What are you talking?
Do you say, I want you to
dirty?
feel my bulge? And then the person has to translate.
It's so awkward.
I have a calculator in my pants and it's calling your name. Gross, Hans. So on one of his
like when you push the equal button.
push it again. Why don't you do the Pythagorean theorem on that calculator balls?
Press pi.
So the catalog girl date translator on one of his weird, odd, fucked dates, which had to be so awkward that you just would cringe yourself to death. But one of the translators were Nina.
So he fell for the translator, not
because he could
the
speak to the translator.
Yes, he fell for
Even
the
if he
translator.
Didn't know how to speak.
Did not
to
care for the
people.
woman he paid for.
No. Well, Nina, of course, was incredibly intelligent. She was very lovely.
She was a doctor. Yep.
And she was a medical doctor doing this shit to probably pay for medical school. And her father and mother were actually both doctors too, but that's like middle class. You know, it's Russia where you're not really rich unless you're, I don't know, government, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So Nina, though, probably thinks this guy is a nerd geek weird and he's buying calendar. He's buying catalog girls. And so she probably thinks he's kind of gross. Although he wasn't like foul to look at.
No, I did not think he was bad looking.
No, he just, when your personality is that awkward, but they're both very intelligent. So maybe they could actually have an intelligent conversation. And she probably could have an intelligent conversation with him. He was probably not, who knows? Maybe maybe he is the type that buys girls in Russia. But we know of others that buy girls. Other husbands have bought their wives.
They sure
and they were less intelligent.
We sure do. No people.
But Nina is a doctor and she wants to be a doctor in the United States. And this is a ticket to the United States and a ticket to California, which is probably nice. Nicer weather, everything. This sounds great. Did she really ever love Hans? They're like, nobody knows. Probably not. Probably not is the truth.
But she did it with him.
She did it with him at least twice.
Yeah.
Now she's missing, so her parents are concerned because Hans's business had actually big money backers, such as the U.S. Defense Department, invested in Hans's business. So Hans's dad was very worried about him bringing home a Russian bride. Because Hans's dad thought, you're such a weird, awkward fuck. This could just be a Russian spy. She could be a spy coming and trying to steal all your business secrets. So, and this is Hans's dad is probably absolutely in the era of Russian spies, you know, so that's all he's thinking. But anyway, by 2004, Hans and Nina are married. They have 2 kids. They're living, you know, their kids are, you know, at that point 4 and probably 2 and living just fine. And she's a doctor and they seem to be doing okay, but their marriage is in the shitter. What?
Crazy.
You met in such an innocent, organic way. Anyway, Hans wanted a housewife, not a working wife. Bitch, you knew what she was when you married her, you dumbass. Did you expect a doctor to give that up? You idiot.
She was an OBGYN too.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. She didn't work all those years and do all that work. And of course, if she wanted to, 1,000%. I know people who are doctors that have stayed at home with kids for a few years.
Do what you want.
Way back on their practice.
But she didn't want to.
She didn't want to do that. She, in fact, felt the opposite. She felt constrained, locked in, bullied, and wanted her freedom. Hans still travels all the time to Russia, and who knows if he's still paying for these dates. He tells his best friend, I don't know what his name was, Phil, who knows? Hank.
Well, I'm glad he had a friend.
He did have a friend.
Yeah. As an adult.
That's very good.
This friend was not.
No, his friend was not at all a friend, though. And Hans maybe didn't know that it wasn't a friend. Or maybe he couldn't tell. So Hans tells his best friend, can you just watch my family? I'm traveling all the time. Can you check in on them? Blah, 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 blah. The friend, of course, porks Nina. And Nina porks the friend. So they start an affair, a porking affair.
Yes.
And they would have this affair. So Hans returns from Russia and literally catches them in bed together, which is very upsetting. If you had no idea, this is very upsetting.
It's very upsetting and inappropriate.
Yeah. And they show them fighting where she's like calling him names and he's like calling her whore names and very upset.
Yeah.
And the kids are outside just coloring in a coloring book as they're screaming at each other. It's like, yeah. So Nina does file for divorce, but the divorce is horrific because they are fighting and fighting and fighting over the children. Who should have the children? Nina is saying things like, I don't think Rory should be playing violent, bloody video games at 6 years old, 7 years old. That's very, very inappropriate. First of all, he's not in the age limit at all, and this is not appropriate. And Hans thought, yes, he should be. It's good for him. He should be doing that.
Well,
and Nina's
it's just kind of like,
no.
right? It's when you're co-parenting, it's one thing, and when you're separated and you're not in the same house, you literally can't govern what the other parent does.
No.
And so it's kind of like you're shit out of luck, and they couldn't get over it, either of them. They were just constantly
they're still trying to control what the other is doing. There was a terrible situation.
Yeah.
So of course the police back in the current time learn that Nina is missing. They want to talk to her husband, even though he's estranged. Mm-hmm. They need to talk to him because he was the last person to see her that they could figure out. So they go knock on Hans's door, and he just opens it and says, "Talk to my lawyer," and then closes the door.
And they were like, this isn't good.
So that, and you could always, of course, obviously, if the police come talk to you, you probably should have a lawyer no matter what. Yeah. But anyway, that's not very helpful, and it's very suspicious. Because you would think he would say, "Oh my God, what? I'm
my
very
wife
concerned.
Is missing.
My children's mother. I mean, this is terrible. What can I do?" So then, the last known place she was, since was at Hans's, they figure with the video from the grocery store that she went to, that she was probably at Hans's around 2:15, 2:30 on that Saturday. And they're getting no help from Hans. 6 days go by, and then her van is found abandoned only about 2 miles away. It looked like under some bridge. They open it up, and all of the groceries from her shopping trip are still in the back. So she went grocery shopping and rotting. dropped the kids off, was obviously going to just go home and unpack her car. So she never even got to do that. She never got home. But her purse, her wallet, her cell phone, all of this shit is in her van.
And her cell phone had no battery in it.
The battery's taken out, which is so weird.
And they're like, nobody just walks around with a battery-less
No, and she
cell
wouldn't
phone.
have done that. So they're like, whoever killed her obviously moved the van, put it here, and took the cell phone battery out. But police, as they're trying to, even through the lawyer, talk with Hans, they notice they start surveilling him a bit just to see how he's acting at this time. And he's acting incredibly odd. But I think the man was already incredibly odd. Yeah. So he's doing things like just driving on the freeway at 10 miles per hour, like from Black Sheep, was it? Or which one was it? Chris Farley.
And David Spade.
Where he was going 14 on the freeway. And he pulls off right in the middle of the freeway. Stuff. Yes. His cell phone is off. He's making constant random U-turns as he's driving, doing very odd stuff. And then a reporter wanted to talk to him, and they had this a real video of this, which is very weird, or a reenactment that was odd, maybe. The reporter wanted to ask him about, your wife has been missing for like a week. Do you have anything to say? He just turns and runs away at 1,000 miles an hour.
That was the real video.
Yes, and the reporter's following him. Sir.
I forgot about
like, what the hell? Talk about, and it's on camera, probably live TV, and he just takes off running. I mean, come on.
They interviewed the reporter guy, right?
Yes, and the reporter's like, that was fucked.
Tried to talk to him, and he was holding a garbage can in front of his face.
Yes, he was right. I mean, come on. You're running down the street 1,000 miles an hour with a garbage can, and you're trying to be normal in town? Go fuck yourself. And the reporter's like, good grief.
Oh, shit,
obviously,
I forgot
he did
about
it.
That part. Okay, yeah.
So, but they also are noticing the whole time this bitch Hans is driving around Oakland in his mom's car.
Yeah.
And they're like, where's your car, bitch? Your car goes missing mysteriously at the same time that your wife just disappears off the face of the earth?
Yeah, it could.
So, I mean, everything is he's acting like a straight up fool.
Yeah.
2 weeks after this incident, his car turns up. And it's just found abandoned, but the passenger seat is torn out, like Hightower does in Police Academy. He's super tall and he can't fit in the police car, so he rips out the front seats. It's exactly the same thing. It's like, did you watch Police Academy?
Everything was soaking wet, right?
Everything was wet, just soaking wet. Like Bigfoot took a giant piss in there. And then it also, so they're like, bitch, what's with your car? Why is it, first of all, abandoned here? And then why is the front seat missing? And then why is it soaked? And he goes, oh, geez. Well, I smelled rotten milk in the car, and so I cleaned it, but then I just thought I got to tear out the whole passenger seat. No one does that. I've had a rotten bottle in my car, and I still, to this day, after my daughter is just 25. Mm-hmm. This is 2 years later, or 24 years later, and it still is the most horrific thing I've ever smelled. Yeah, but I
have video of me driving Eloise 1 block to swimming lessons, and she's because milk rolled underneath the seat, and it I couldn't see it, and
then all of a sudden I mean, but you get it out of your car and then you air it out. I mean, and then he said the passenger seat was out also because he likes to sleep in the car.
No, but why, sir? You do have a home. You do.
You just sleep in your car.
And you have 2 children to take care of.
Does he bring the garbage can that he runs with in the car too? And so this man, who is obviously very bright, there's no denying he has some book smarts.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the police opened the trunk of the car that he obviously abandoned somewhere. In the trunk of the car are books on murder, how to murder, and homicide.
Yep.
Sir,
that is usually...
You couldn't have just taken those books out and put them into the garbage can you carry around and then put the garbage can somewhere?
Right.
They would have... you leave them in your abandoned car?
Or like read it
that
on
you
the
very
internet
clearly
that you can...
Had blood all over the passenger seat, so you had to tear out the whole passenger seat and then spray a hose in it?
File it somewhere.
Oh my, sir. I'm sorry, Jamie must have left.
Yeah, he did leave, and the dogs
I
are
have 3 dogs here now, and they're all screaming. I just can't.
Oh,
it's just one's a hound, so it's ho, and then the others are just barking their ass off, even though they know he goes running every day. This is not a new occurrence.
No.
Oh, so anyway, the police are like, if this is his car and his car is this much of a fucking wreck, we got to look in this bitch's house.
Yes.
And since men can't clean at all, and I'm terrified to look at a man's butthole.
Yes.
If their cleaning is this bad.
Right.
There's huge, massive blood smears, like 5 feet up
by the door,
where a person would, right by the door. And so there's huge blood smears.
Yeah.
So they take the blood samples, and it is Hans's blood and it is Nina's blood mixed together.
Yes.
So when would there be an occurrence of just their blood mixed together in a big smear?
Yeah.
And it's not like they both had nosebleeds at the same time on the floor. This is on the wall, like a smear on the wall where your bloodiness is smearing it, hit into the wall.
Yes.
But of course, we don't have a body. We don't have a weapon. There's no witnesses. But the DA is like, eek, it's a rough case, but he did it. He obviously did it. He's acting so fucking weird. There's so much evidence of just his weirdness that we might have a case. So they go to trial. So Hans is arrested. His children are sent to Russia. So they can live with grandma and grandpa because they have no one else.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, they probably knew Russian, maybe, So, I mean, I hope they could speak to grandma and grandpa. Oh.
I bet they're fine.
I know.
Kids learn languages really quickly.
That's
and
true.
Maybe, and Angie, Nina knew English already, right? Like maybe her parents spoke it.
And they obviously would learn right away, but it's just like how scary.
They were probably
your first nights, you know. And I bet they knew it already.
Yeah. But that's
then Hans
plane ride
actually has a good point. This is where kind of his brain, and just in this, because there's been weirder things in the world. But Hans said, "You fucking police! Don't you see? This is Nina's plan all along. We've been fighting over the children. She just makes herself just disappear,
right?"
And now the children are sent to Russia where she could be. And now she has the kids. She's back home with her parents. And I've lost and I'm going to be in jail. I'm going to be in jail for murder. And now she'll be scot-free. And so the police are like, oh, shit. Could this what if this is right?
Right.
Like, oh, no. But the DA has a phone tap on his phone. Hans calls Hans's mother, and he's complaining to his mom about how awful Nina is, and he's complaining in such a way that it's like he's making a case for why
he killed her.
And
he was kind of like, but mom, she was so awful. But mom, she cheated on me. I had to do it. But mom, she was accusing me of not paying child support. I had to.
Yeah, and talking about her in the past, and things like that. So that was very kind of suspicious. Rory comes home from Russia. I don't know. Why did they have to come home again? I don't know.
I think they did get deposed or something. Like they had to be
kids. So anyway, Rory draws a picture of his dad, and it shows his dad coming down the stairs, so from upstairs to downstairs, dragging an enormous person-sized black bag down the stairs. He said his dad brought a huge black sleeping bag filled with something. Dum, dum, thump down the stairs with them just sitting right there on the couch. And the police are like, oh, fuck. Like, that's their mom in the bag.
Yep.
So Hans, of course, goes to trial. And since he is, let's just say, can't read the room, he decides to testify for himself.
He also didn't have a lawyer.
Oh, he was like a Ted Bundy.
Was his own lawyer.
That's always
And so the judge allowed him to testify for days and just give like a narrative with so he was just like.
So the jury hated him minute one.
Yeah.
You're wasting all this time because you're a fool.
He was just like expounding such.
Well, I'm sure making no sense. So the jury thought he was an arrogant fool.
It said
that
at
was
one
a
point
butthole.
He was comparing himself to like Da Vinci and Galileo. Like,
you wish, bitch.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be on trial if you were.
He was like,
them.
nobody understood them either.
Well, they were better read people back then too. More probably did. Anywho,
they did chop Galileo's head off.
They chopped his head off? No, he died at house arrest. I don't think he chopped his head off.
I thought
they
killed
him. He
him.
was in house arrest though.
He was?
Yeah. For the whole rest of his life. Because he said the sun was in the center of the universe. And everyone went, no, it's not. And he went, it is, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the sun is in the center of our solar system. They did. No.
Were they going to kill him? I thought they were killing him.
He could have gotten death, but he just got house arrest because he went, all right, I'm just going to say just kidding. And then he would be like, wink, wink. No, the sun's in the center.
The church said.
Yeah, the church said, how blasphemous, you fuck.
Yes.
And then they said, you have to apologize or you're going to go to death. And then he just was like, fine, whatever, bitches. And then he still was like, but read it in my book. Because he wrote a book that said, this is how it really is, cunts. And then he just had all his friends just went to his house. He had parties at his house all the time.
Yeah, because he just couldn't go anywhere.
He just couldn't go anywhere.
Okay, oops. I thought he got killed.
No.
Who got killed?
I don't know.
Okay.
Lots of people. Lots of people got their head cut off. Lots. Anywho, so the jury comes back. They hate his guts. So they come back guilty, and so he gets the 25 years to life. But before sentencing, he thinks, geez, let's see. Can I change like my innocent plea and just say like I did it and do less time? And the judge is like, oh, you fucking idiot. Mm-hmm. He's like, well, sure, but that's called a plea deal, so you have to agree to some terms, cunt. And he says, well, like what? You have to tell us where you put her. Mm-hmm. Tell us where you put her so her family can bury her. Mm-hmm. And then second, tell us what you did and admit to this stuff, shit, and explain it all. And he went, oh, yeah, sure. Okay. So he gets reduced time. But he has to go out and he shows the police exactly where he buried her. He buried her a mile from his house. In
Not
the
far.
sleeping bag. He just goes into the hills by his house. She is buried in a shallow grave in the black sleeping bag that Rory described. Exactly. So the police are like, holy shit, that boy did see his mom be shoved into a sleeping bag.
Like that's really
like
what
trash.
He saw. Yeah.
So they have her body sent to her parents. And then they said, Hans, what did you do? And he said, well, she came over to drop the kids off and then made me mad. And so like I punched her in the face and then he strangled her to death. Mm-hmm. There's other ways to deal with that. Hans, you could have just said, talk to my lawyer and kicked her out of your house.
Yes.
And did you really want to spend that much time with your kids, Hans? Did you really? You're always going to Russia and buying calendar. Why do I keep saying that? Catalog girls.
Because you're thinking, I love my
so your kids would have to be with their mom quite a bit anyway. Could you just agree to 50-50 at least? You dumb idiot. So he does admit, yes, the children were downstairs because he killed her upstairs and he had to digs out a sleeping bag, shoves her in it and just brings her down the stairs, shoves her into his car. There's probably blood out. He must have put her in the passenger side.
Well, yeah.
Why don't you put her in the trunk like a normal murderer? He puts her in the passenger seat?
There was nothing normal.
No.
About this man. About Hans.
No. And then he just goes a mile and digs a tiny hole and shoves her in there and covers it up. So Hans' sentence is reduced to 15 years to life. That means in 15 years he could get parole. But they said he would have to show remorse. He would have to say he's very sorry, like actually mean it.
Right.
That he's terribly sorry. He's changed. You have to admit your mistake, and he did in the plea, but he would have to show some remorse. And I think he is impossible of that.
Yeah.
So everyone was like, he's in there for life. He's going to be an arrogant dick at all his parole hearings.
Yeah.
And they're going to be so off put by his horrible personality that he doesn't have a chance.
Yeah.
Now they're always obviously he could be out right now. I didn't check, but the people were just like, he is so offensive.
He's not.
That the parole board is probably going to be like, yikes, this guy could marry again and just be mad again and kill someone again. Nina was brought to her family in Russia, and there she is with them. And the kids are still there being raised in Russia with her family. Just absolutely senseless idiocy.
I am looking right now, and it also seems like Hans Reiter was also somebody who was a murder Nazi war criminal. So this is alarming.
The name fits. He is.
What happened to him?
Well, maybe he just, I don't know, ate a computer in there and died. He tried to make himself a computer. It's disguised as a computer, and it didn't work out, and he got electrocuted.
Hans and Nina Reiter. I don't know. Now I'm only getting.
Well, we'll figure it out. Nobody cares enough about him to even write about it on the internet.
Nobody does.
Anyway,
he was 31 when it happened.
31? I thought he was 41. She was 31? Or was
she? Oh, Nina was 31.
He was like 44 or 41 or something. I don't know. So he will be only like, if he gets out in 15 years.
I thought he got out.
50s.
Yeah, I feel like he's out. Reiter is now 48. Oh, this says his name is Reiser. Did they change their names?
Maybe. It could be, but I had maybe it is Reiser, but I thought I had captions on, and maybe the captions
did too.
were
Maybe
wrong.
the captions said Reiter. What if we said it wrong the whole time?
Who would care?
Sorry, people. Well, when you're looking it up, don't look up Reiter because
look up Reiser.
Yes, Reiser. Hans Reiser out of prison.
Oh, gross.
Is he?
Meanwhile, we do have a book club if you want to join us. We're reading Silence of the Lambs.
He was denied parole as last hearing,
good.
indicating he might be eligible again in 2027 or 2028.
Well, I just like the people said, he's too much of an arrogant asshole that he might not impress the parole board, so he might be in there a while.
He may not. He's been denied multiple times. So sorry. We're reading Silence of the Lambs. We're meeting on the 28th of April.
Sure.
At 7:30 Central Standard Time, 7:30 p.m.
Yeah.
So if you live somewhere other than in the Central Time Zone, you'll have to figure it out because we cannot.
No,
we cannot do it for you. So sorry.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us for this episode of this horrible Sir
named Hans
Reiser. He can go take a stick and shove it into his anus.
Yeah. He might.
I mean, he might have that happen daily anyway. So who knows?
Sorry, dudes. Okay. Thanks for listening.
All right.
Us, share us. Bye.